Hello everyone. Today, I invite you to listen to a very meaningful story called Words Like Cotton Down. Before the story begins, imagine a quiet village in the countryside. In the morning, the wind moves slowly across the fields. White cotton from the trees floats softly in the air. They look light and harmless. They fly gently across the sky. But once the wind carries them away, no one can bring them back. Words in our lives are very much the same. They are small, they are light, they leave our mouths easily. But once they travel into the world, they cannot return. This is a story about a young woman, a jealous man, and a lesson that an entire village never forgot. Let us begin. Many years ago, in a small countryside village, there lived a young woman named Lily. Lily was known by everyone in the village. Not because she was rich, not because she had power, but because she was kind and gentle. Lily had bright eyes and a warm smile. People often said that she brought peace wherever she went. Lily lived with her mother-in-law, an elderly woman named Mrs. Green. Her husband, Daniel, was a soldier. He served in the army far away from home because Daniel was not there. Lily stayed behind to take care of the house and his mother. Every morning, Lily woke up before the sun rose. She cooked warm rice and soup. She cleaned the small wooden house. She watered the flowers in the garden. Then she helped Mrs. Green walk slowly outside to enjoy the fresh air. Mrs. Green was old and weak, but Lily treated her with great love. She helped her sit, she helped her rest. Sometimes Lily read stories to her in the evening. The neighbors often said, "Daniel is a lucky man. Lily is a wonderful wife and daughter-in-law." Life in the village was simple and peaceful. But not every heart in the village was pure. In the same village lived a man named Mark. Mark was tall and strong, but his heart was not kind. One afternoon, Mark saw Lily at the village market. She was laughing while talking with her friend Anna, the baker's daughter. Mark watched her carefully. From that moment, he began to think about her every day. Soon, he told himself, "I want Lily to love me." But Lily was already married. Still, Mark tried to speak with her. One day, he walked beside her on the road. "Lily," he said, "you work too hard. You should not live alone like this." Lily smiled politely. "My husband will return one day," she said. "My heart belongs to him." Mark tried again. Another day, he brought her flowers. Lily shook her head. "I cannot accept these," she said kindly. "I respect you as a neighbor, but I love my husband." Mark forced a smile, but inside his heart grew darker. His love slowly turned into anger, and his anger slowly turned into hate. One evening, Mark sat in the village tea house. Several villagers were talking together. Mark leaned forward and said quietly, "Have you heard something strange about Lily?" The villagers looked curious. "What do you mean?" asked an old farmer. Mark lowered his voice. "I heard that when her husband is away, she spends time with another man." The people gasped. "Is that true?" Someone asked. Mark shrugged. "I don't know." He said slowly, "But many people are talking about it." That was the beginning. The rumor spread quickly, like small pieces of cotton in the wind. The words traveled everywhere. The next morning, two women whispered near the well. "Did you hear about Lily?" "Yes," the other woman said. "I heard she is not faithful to her husband." Soon, the whole village was talking. People began to look at Lily differently. Some neighbors stopped greeting her. Others spoke quietly behind her back. Lily did not understand what was happening. One day, she walked through the market. The butcher suddenly stopped smiling. Two women moved away from her. Even children stared at her strangely. Lily returned home confused. That evening, she asked Mrs. Green, "Mother, have I done something wrong?" Mrs. Green sighed. She had also heard the rumors. At first, she did not believe them, but after hearing them again and again, doubt slowly entered her heart. Mrs. Green said quietly, "People in the village are talking about you." Lily felt a sharp pain in her chest. "But they are not true," she said. Mrs. Green did not answer. She looked away. That silence hurt Lily more than any words. Days passed. The whispers became louder. The village that once respected her now looked at her with cold eyes. Lily felt alone. She still worked every day. She still cared for Mrs. Green, but the joy in her heart slowly disappeared. Even Mrs. Green began to speak less to her. One evening, Lily sat alone beside the small garden. The sky was dark. The wind moved softly through the trees. Lily whispered to herself, "I have done nothing wrong." But the rumors continued to grow. The pain became too heavy, and one terrible night, in deep despair, Lily ended her life. The village woke the next morning in shock. People gathered outside the house. Mrs. Green cried loudly, "My child, my poor child." The villagers stood in silence. Many of them suddenly felt ashamed. They remembered the cruel words they had spoken. When Mark heard the news, he turned pale. His hands trembled. The lie he had started had destroyed an innocent life. From that day, Mark could not sleep peacefully. He heard Lily's voice in his mind. He saw her sad eyes in his dreams. Finally, he decided to visit the village elder, a wise old man named Master Chen. Master Chen was the oldest and wisest man in the region. People came to him for advice when they felt lost. Mark stood before him and confessed everything. "I started the rumor," Mark said. "My words destroyed her life. What can I do now?" Master Chen listened quietly. Then he stood up and said, "Come with me." They walked together to a hill above the village. From the top, they could see the houses, the fields, and the quiet river. The wind blew gently. Master Chen carried an old pillow. Without saying anything, he tore the pillow open. Soft white cotton flew into the air. The wind carried the cotton everywhere. Some pieces floated into the trees, some drifted down toward the village. Some disappeared into the sky. Mark watched silently. Then Master Chen handed him the empty pillow. "Now," he said calmly, "go and collect every piece of cotton." Mark looked shocked. "That is impossible," he said. "The wind has taken them everywhere." Master Chen nodded slowly. "Yes," he said. "Just like your words." Mark lowered his head. Master Chen continued, "Words are like cotton in the wind. Once they leave your mouth, they travel far. You cannot bring them back. You cannot erase them." Mark began to cry. "What should I do now?" he asked. Master Chen placed a hand on his shoulder. "You cannot change the past," he said gently. "But you can change the future. Use your words to protect others. Speak truth, speak kindness, and remember, Lily, every time you speak." From that day forward, Mark changed his life. He told the village the truth. He apologized to Mrs. Green. He helped people who were in trouble. And every year on the day Lily died, he placed flowers beside her grave. The villagers also learned a lesson they never forgot. Words may seem small, but they can travel farther than the wind. And once they leave us, they can never return. Thank you for watching and listening to the story Words Like Cotton Down. If you enjoyed this story and found it meaningful, please subscribe, like, and share to support our channel. We look forward to seeing you in our next videos. Goodbye, and see you again soon.